play Sean Madden. It's so many give it Sunday magic.
You spent your whole life trying to blow up, but Elohim never had time for donuts. The beat gon' have no time for cold cuts. The game like Big Pitch came to Jonah. Yeah, I'm still independent, ain't sold a million records yet. Used to be on my checklist, big diamonds don't need a necklace. Look, we built the sound like it's double speed Tetris. I cannot build without God in it. We built the sound, you can't copy this. I never brag, it's just confidence. I never rap for your compliments. I wrote this one for the indie grind. If you ain't signed on the dotted line, can't buy my soul with no dollar signs. The industry.
We have a cold night in the Northeast. A bad evening to be without a parka, but we are set for football at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Tonight, the stage is set for our final Thursday night game of the year between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New York Jets. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll start on the ground. Etienne, and he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down. Well, this defense for the Jets, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Lawrence. And that's complete to Etienne out of the backfield. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Steps away. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
Again, it's Lawrence. He'll get that underneath Etienne. And he is going to have a Jags first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. Well, that's how you use your safety valve, CD. He didn't appear to be the intended target, but they got it to him, and he was able to get just enough to pick up the first.
And what a great example of where we are right now in the NFL, because if you're a running back, you're not just going to carry it. You got to catch it out of the backfield as well. Those combo guys, they're the ones everyone wants on their team.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. Rolling to his left. He completes it to Ridley. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That goes for a gain of 31.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
On second down, a run with Etienne. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 3 catches last week. He's got 3 in the first quarter here tonight.
That's a big conversion there on third down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a first and goal.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Etienne will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. Give him 3 on the gain there, second and goal. Once more, Etienne. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Jaguars put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. This pass out wide to Hall. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
On first down, right back to Hall. And good work there in open space. He's got this all the way down now to the 32. 11 more on that one and another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
On first and 10, it's Hall. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. On second down, a run with Hall. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll run with Hall. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall. That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Jets are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down. Decent run, maybe hoping for a little bit more. It does, though, set up third and manageable.
And every play that's run, if it's blocked perfectly and executed perfectly, it's set up to go for a touchdown, right? But I like the way you described that one. Just get into a third and manageable, nice decision-making, and took care of the football.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down. Lawrence will throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not.
There he goes, right side. He's at the 40, 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Mecole Hardman hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Jets have taken the lead. Zuerlein good with a PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up. I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Lawrence. He's got a man. Complete. The 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Jaguars. Jamal Agnew. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position. Second and 6, just inside the 30. Rodgers going to throw. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. He's the reigning AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and defensively they have to find an answer for him.
And that's what you would do if you were calling plays, right? You'd make sure that he gets targeted. But the thing about it is the route running. That's what makes him so dangerous, is because no matter what is presented defensively, he runs his route with such skill that he's able to go up and get the football first in each and every situation.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be second down. They'll toss it out right here to Hall. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll run with Hall. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard 48-yard line. Here's Hall again, and he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
The Jets at 9-5 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Hall ought to give up the middle. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. They'll roll him out right. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
They'll go for it. It's Hall.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Jets will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Now Lawrence. He targets Ingram for another grab.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Lawrence looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
I think when they get back in the huddle, the question will be, why did you throw that one? The coverage was incredible all over him. The only thing he didn't do after he caught the ball as a defender was get his feet in bounds. That should have been a turnover.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Here's Lawrence. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up, they know. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Calvin Ridley, 49 yards. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Pass to Lazard, bring it in on the crossing route. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before half for Rodgers. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Here we go, dude. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Ball again on second down. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a play fake. Rodgers, who dumps this one off here to Hall. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing now is Rodgers. Able to find Lazard. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 40. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Rodgers again now. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
They'll give to Hall. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that. And that really chips away at your confidence.
On play action. Now Rodgers. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
On the counter, it's Hall. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. He was brought down by Foyesade Oluwakin.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
On 2nd and 7, Rodgers, touchdown! C.J. Uzomah from 13 yards out. And the Jets have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Zuerlein good with a PAT, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored, and now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
On play action, Lawrence. And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
156 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
On play action, it's Rodgers. And a quick throw here, that's complete. He can only get a yard after all that. It's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On play action, Rodgers.
And check down, complete to Hall.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Give them the completion, no gain, but let's focus in on that tackle. Open field tackling, the hardest thing to do in the game, I believe.
But when you get outside the tackle box, it becomes a numbers game. The defense had more than they could block. In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing 3rd down.
That's to Davis. He's got it. Touchdown, New York.
Corey Davis, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Jets will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. After the made field goal, Zuerlein back out there now to send this one away.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
So the offense back out now, coming off its first interception of the game the last time out, trying to reestablish some momentum here, Charles. But they're trailing defensively. Maybe these guys smelling the blood in the water a little bit.
Yeah, I think that they probably are. But what they need to do right now is just make sure they don't force the action too much themselves. They've got them on the run a little bit. You just want to be in a position where if they make another mistake, you're there to capitalize on it and take it away from them.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by DJ Reed.
And the Jets are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Josh Allen in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
After the sack on first down, Rodgers. And Davis with it left side. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. The Jets on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 16.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. 26 Mike. 26 Mike.
Now Rodgers. Finds Lazard quickly on the slant. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Zerline's kick is up and through. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 39 yards there, a big one.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
And they'll run with Etienne. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. One more time with Etienne. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a third one.
Yeah, now from this spot on third down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
And now down 3 scores. I don't think there's any decision at all. You've got to go for it because you don't know how many more times you're going to get an opportunity. Field goals, they're not going to cut it in this situation.
Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence being chased out left. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Jags have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Jets have got it. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Straight ahead is Hall. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
To throw is Rodgers. He finds Wilson. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. Well, clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Here's a give to Hall. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
Line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Rodgers to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it here at Hall. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the 2nd half. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. He will be brought down well shy of the goal line. The trick play does not pan out here on 4th and goal. And the Jaguars are able to come up with a goal line stand. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. Here's Lawrence. He's going to let it fly. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Lawrence. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
A handoff for Hall. Has some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up. Now Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jags come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for the Jets, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans.